Evening, YouTube. I know my channel has been about big trucks and tracos and stuff like that notoriously, but when it's wintertime, I'm inside working on other stuff. If you don't like this other stuff that I'm working on, then I guess you can go back and watch some of my old videos or watch something else, but this is just what I'm doing right now. I've been garbage picking these batteries, and I just garbage picked this 6 amp hour dewalt battery a while ago, and it's not completely dead. It's got one bar, and here's how I get lucky and fix them sometimes. I don't know for sure that I'll be able to fix this one, but I've already been through it and I've got a good idea what's wrong with it, and I think it'll come back, and I'll just show you my method. And what I do is I look in it and make sure none of the cells are bad. Sometimes I'll pry it out of there, but this one's a little tough. I did take my light and look down in there, and none of the cells are ruptured. And these are 21/700 cells. This is a pretty good battery. It's just out of balance. I'll show you what I do. I take my meter. This is just a cheap Harbor Freight meter, but that don't matter. Now, you don't have to switch your leads back and forth, side to side, because the meter will just show a negative. It'll still show, most meters anyway, will still show, you know, an accurate voltage. So what I do is I go down through here and I check the parallel cells. That one there's bouncing from 3.7 to 3.8. That one's doing the same thing. That one's 3.7 to 3.8. Come to this one, it's reading 3.4 and 3.5. Okay. Go to the next one, and we look good. No problem there. Okay. So what I do, I've got a homemade charger here. This is a voltage buckboard that I've got in a medicine bottle just to protect it, and it's got some holes drilled in it where it can get some air. And I've got it hooked to a power supply over here. I've got it hooked to is like a 20-volt power supply for an old CPAP machine. And this is how I fix my batteries. I take a magnet, take one of these neodymium magnets right here, and put the alligator clip on it. And I'll look this over real well. That's the negative side of that cell pack. I'll turn around and look at the other side just to be sure. Now this side's positive. Just to be 100% sure, I will put the meter across it and see if I'm showing positive or negative, just to verify. Okay, I'm showing this side to be positive. If I go the other way, it should come up with a minus. Yep, so this side's definitely positive over here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that right there. Be sure that doesn't touch anything except that one cell. And then I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to get me another magnet, put on my positive lead, and I'm going to go right there. And you see the blue light come on. So it's charging. And I'm just going to sit here and monitor that until those two cells come up to 3.7, 3.8, where they're bouncing back and forth. And then I'm going to go put this thing on the charger again and see if it doesn't air out. I don't think I'll have an error anymore. But, you know, I'm going to sit here and play with this and take this off once in a while, check the voltage, see where I'm at. I've got this set to 4.1 volts. I could just go through here and charge the whole pack, you know, one parallel group at a time, but there's really not any need for that. The dewalt charger will charge it up if I get it balanced. It's got to be pretty close, or it'll air out. And I've seen that happen with Milwaukee batteries too. I don't know why a quality battery, you know, gets out of balance. I don't know. I've read before that dewalt chargers fail at balancing and that they just do a poor job of it. I've just noticed now that when I took the top off of here, my spring went somewhere. But that's okay, I've had enough of them apart. I've got another spring here somewhere. I imagine that will turn up. It's here on my desk somewhere. I'll bring y'all back when I put this on the charger and we'll see what happens. Alright, it's charging. Now when I first put it on here a while ago, that light blinked a couple of times and then it turned solid red because it thought that battery was all the way up. But it wasn't. And they do that often whenever they've had an imbalance. And I'll tell you what you do. I took that battery and I put it on my spotlight, and I run my spotlight on that for about 5 minutes. I don't think you have to run it down much. It just has to see that energy has been used. Anyway, I put it on my spotlight for about 5 minutes, and I come in here and put it back on the charger, and it's charging. So I'll come back and we'll test this battery again after this charger gets through with it, and we'll see where we're at. I bet it's going to be fine. It's just out of balance. Alright, let's see. It looks like it's fully charged. Let's push a button here. Yep, it's all the way up. We'll take it in there in the office and take it apart. Check it out. Alright, let's see if we get the top off of this. For some reason, the top of the case was harder to get off of this one. Thing's a little aggravating. Dang. Hate to pry on it. This battery's beat up anyway. Guess being beat up's why it's hard to get apart. I had to take it back apart anyway because I didn't put the spring back in there. I want to see where we're at on balance. Okay, let's turn the meter on here. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But, let's see. We're at 3.9. 4.2. Why is it? Yeah, I don't know why that one's at 3.9. Let's see. We'll switch them back and forth. That cell's at 4.2. That's strange. 3.9. 3.9. 3.9. And 3.9. 4.1. 4.2. It's basically 4.1. It doesn't really hurt anything. But what it does do, I think it makes the charger stop charging whenever any of these cells reach 4.1, and this one did. I'm pretty satisfied with that. If I let it sit here a little while, I'll probably test differently. I know that crazy thing checked 3.9 once. It's 4.1, 4.2 right there. Higher than the rest of them. Now I've done something about that before. What I have done is hooked a computer fan to one cell to drain it just a little bit to balance it. But I don't think I'm going to bother to do that. I'm going to let this pack sit here and cool off, and then I'm going to check it again, and I'm going to put the spring back in it, and I'm going to put it together and use it and enjoy it. So that's how you fix batteries that's been thrown away because they wouldn't charge. And the way that I ran it down a little bit was actually using my spotlight here. And actually, what I done when I run it down, I had to run it down a little bit before it would charge. I stuck my Bauer spotlight on there, and I just left that on about 5 minutes, and then it took off charging just fine. So when a battery's been out of balance, sometimes you got to do funny things to it to wake the board up and allow it to charge again. Yet and that charger's got to communicate, and they got to be happy with one another. And sometimes you got to do funny things. Now just running that light for a minute I could have put that on there without putting the top on. I just didn't want to. But doing that for just a minute, pulling on the whole pack, I want to be sure and pull that battery meter out of there and not rip the wires. That right there may have caused these to equalize a little better. That's 4.1. It's a solid 4.1. The others are a solid 3.9. I think I just brought that cell up just a little, or that pair of cells, I think I just brought them up just a little more than I had to a while ago. I may pull them down just a little bit with a fan, but this battery's going to be alright. Just because your batteries won't charge, that don't mean they're bad. Don't throw them away. Take them apart and check the cells individually. And if you don't want to mess with the trial and error method, you can just top charge them. Just set you a charger at 4.1 volts and just bring them all the way up. There's another way to do that, actually. The little chargers you use to charge 4 18650 cells at one time, sometimes I'll take that charger and I'll just use one of the charging ports on it, and I'll just connect up to that and put it across here, and it just sits there and automatically charges them up, one pair of cells at a time. And when you get through, they'll all be equal. They'll all be exactly the same. That's probably even better than using this thing. Well, that's all I wanted to show y'all. Just don't throw your batteries away so quick. Don't judge them. Somebody threw this one away and it was still good. There's no big deal with that battery except just a little bit out of balance. I just thought I'd bring y'all back here a minute and show y'all this deal with the fan. I've got a little fan here out of a 3D printer, and I've just got magnets on that one cell. Well, there's a pair of cells, and you know, there's a pair of them in parallel. They're stacked up. I've got that on them to run them down, to get them back to, you know, get them back down level with the others, because I did slightly, you know, overcharge them a little bit, so now it's out of balance the other way. But when you do that, when you put your little fan on there to run it back down, just put your meter on there and sit here and observe it. And if you really want to get critical about it, move your decimal point just a little bit on your meter. You see there now it reads 4.04 and it's bouncing down to 4.03 because it's going down. Those others really read about 3.84 instead of 3.9. So if you really want to get critical into the hundredth of a volt, you just move that down a decimal point, and I mean you can get them exact if you sit here and monitor it and, you know, unhook it at the right time. But you know, I think generally within a tenth of a volt's close enough, but I'm going to get this one perfect as I can, and then I'm going to throw the top on. I'm going to enjoy this battery like I do the rest of the free batteries I fix. Good luck, y'all, and I hope y'all find you some throwaway batteries, or fix some of your batteries that you currently think are bad that are not. And I'll tell you, this method works real well on dewalt batteries and on Milwaukee batteries. Those are the two that are of good enough quality that if one cell gets out of balance from the rest of them by more than a couple of tenths of a volt, their charger will just refuse to charge it, you know. And most of the time you pull the top off, and you know, if none of the cells are bad, none of them are leaking or anything, you don't see nothing significantly bad, and you know, you test it and you find some cells that are just a little bit out of balance, you can charge them up or run them down, like run the rest of them down like I'm doing here, whichever way you want to do it. If you don't have a way to charge them like that, you can run the other cells down till they're equal with that one that's lower and do the exact same thing. The important thing is that they're balanced. And you may have to put a tool on it, like a light or something, and draw some power from it to make that board switch gears, so to speak. That's redneck terms, I know. But you may have to put a tool on it and draw a little bit of power from it before the charger will communicate correctly with it and decide, okay, I'm going to charge this battery. But that's how you do it. I just knocked my wire off of there. That's okay. I really wasn't going to leave it sitting there the whole time anyway, but there we go. We're down to 4.03 now. It's going to take that little fan 30 minutes to run them two 21700 cells down to 3.84, I imagine, but I'll check on it here a little bit and put her together and enjoy her like I do the rest of them. Thank y'all for watching.